Hey everyone, welcome back to today's video. We're heading into Judge Middleton's courtroom, where things took an unexpected turn. Today, he gave the sovereign citizens a brand new nickname, Borgos. Let's dive in and see how it all unfolded.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Kirk Edwin Jensen?
So I have documents in here that I just filed with the clerk, and I need to submit them here.
Is that this thing called non-statutory abatement?
That's it.
All right, I got it. I provided a copy to Ms. Davis. It's entitled Kirk Edwin Jensen, Reign Citizen, Reign of Heavens, a Set apart place with an address. Non-statutory abatement.
On statutory abatement, now that's a new one. I'll give him credit for creativity. After hearing the same recycled nonsense from sovereign citizens time and time again, it's almost refreshing to hear a new twist of legal fantasy. Unfortunately for him, that concept exists only in his imagination, and Judge Middleton isn't buying into his delusions.
File number 23660ST, charges operating with no license. Charge 23661, charged with operating with no license in your possession. I don't think you can be convicted of both of those, as I said at our arraignment. And then the third count is a civil infraction, no proof of insurance. Could probably be charged as no insurance, but it was charged as a civil infraction.
I have the proof of that here.
May I see it? All right, that's the person that owned the car.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Let me see that. All right. We had kind of a chase our tails around at the time of the arraignment. You are, what do you wish to be? A Reign citizen?
I have a social compact and a body politic, which gives the authority for the credentials that I had when I had given them to Mr. Brooks at the time.
When you mention your credentials, are you referring to that first place ribbon in the crayon eating contest? Or are you talking about the fake driver's license and passport you handed over to the police to prove your identity?
And
The officer that wrote the ticket.
right. You had said that you were going to try to get those from him and see them for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know whether Ms. Davis got that or not.
We did get additional information from the agency in Detroit regarding passports, and they confirmed they are fraudulent. So if this doesn't get resolved today with the plea as charged to these misdemeanors, then we will be amending to have felony charges.
Just like that, your brilliant idea to create a homemade passport is about to blow up in your face, especially if you choose not to plead to the misdemeanors today. But if there's one thing we've all learned about sovereign citizens by now, it's that they'd rather gamble with a felony-filled future than admit they were wrong and take a far lighter deal.
People call themselves different things. The common vernacular term has become sovereign citizen.
And I do not claim that in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
I rebut that. I completely rebut that statement.
All right. Well, I tried to think of a term for it.
Well,
Just a minute.
Go ahead, okay.
Let me get my thoughts together here. We had a guy, Mr. Aiken, a couple of weeks ago, and we went round and round with him, and he wanted a jury trial, and he didn't show up, and then he was found in contempt, and he went to jail. And I said, well, how about willfully misinformed defendant? That's too cumbersome, or willfully ignorant defendant. And then I was laying in bed between then and now, and I thought, follow me here, Mimsy where the borough grows. It's like, what the heck does that mean? It's from the poem Jabberwock by Lewis Carroll. It was written in the 1800s. It's a nonsense poem that doesn't mean anything. And more importantly, there was a science fiction story written maybe during the war called Mimsy Where the Borough Grows. It's a very interesting story about some toys that were sent from the future back to here is pretty relevant right now with cell phones. And the third line is Mimsy were the Borogroves. And what is a Borogrove? It doesn't make any sense. So my term for these people that come in with this kind of nonsensical jabberwocky is going to be Borogroves. So this is Borogrove. It doesn't mean anything, and neither do your pleadings.
Judge Middleton is out here serving up some serious ponytail power justice. After he mentioned Borgovs, which, by the way, is the correct pronunciation, I came across a few fun facts worth sharing. First, in Through the Looking Glass, after Alice reads the poem Jabberwocky, she says her head is full of ideas. She just doesn't know what they are. Ironically, that's exactly how I feel every time I watch a sovereign citizen try to argue in court. Second, in the same book, Humpty Dumpty describes the Borgov as looking like a shabby-looking mop, which really makes you wonder how did they perfectly describe a 21st century sovereign citizen all the way back in the 1800s.
This non-statutory abatement and all this stuff about self-claimed contracts in Exhibit B and C has no lawful effect. So the question I have here is, do you wish to have a trial on these matters, or do you wish to enter a plea to this?
Does the body politic and social compact, is that being disregarded?
Correct.
Okay, then I'll go with the trial.
All right, then I will. Do you want to have an attorney to assist you?
No.
All right. You sow the wind and reap the whirlwind. The prosecutor's going to charge you with some sort of felony charge. What charge did you have in mind, Ms. Davis?
I believe that Prosecutor Mortman looked it up, and it was fraudulent documentation, basically manufacturing fraudulent passport and a fraudulent license.
We talked about Conch Republic passports. Whatever you had, this false passport and some claim that somehow you had an international driver's license. You have to have a driver's license from somewhere to have an international driver's license. In this,
Right.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I had that too. I have that too, yes.
All right. Well,
One last question. The documents that were taken by Mr. Brooks, I want to make sure that those are entered in as evidence.
You can't make this stuff up. Are you seriously requesting that your fake passport and fake driver's license, the very evidence proving you committed the felony, be included in your trial? Normally, any sane attorney would fight to have that thrown out. But since you're representing yourself, well, as the saying goes, you've got a fool for a client.
When the time comes,
do you have those, Deborah?
I do not have physical possession of them. As all evidence, it's held by the sheriff's department in the evidence lockers. So certainly we would introduce those as exhibits.
All right. Well, you're always polite enough, but you're
I stand
this.
firm.
Well, this.
I
It's the
stand
problem
firm.
with this is insidiously dangerous. People decide on their own that the rules don't apply to them. And even though they're polite and respectful, you're yanking my chain, and this is a waste of our court's time and Miss Davis's time.
I intend to prove that
All
these
right.
things are correct.
All right, maybe you do, but they aren't. This stuff is meaningless. And if everybody decided like you that they don't need a driver's license, then they don't participate in our social contract, and they wish to use our public roadways and our streetlights and our court system, but hey, it doesn't apply to me, things would break down. The rule of law would cease to exist. So it's polite, but it's insidious and it's dangerous. What's next? I don't have the social contact, so I can punch somebody in the nose. I can kill somebody. I can sell drugs. The rules don't apply to me because I'm a RAIN citizen. Well, it don't work that way, at least not here in Michigan or in St. Joe County. Same rules apply to you that apply to everybody else. And you're going to get charged with a felony document fraud case. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Jury.
Yeah, the same thing. It's hypocritical. The rules don't apply to you, but you don't mind bringing in 30 of your citizens to come in and
It's
hear
going to be
this
just
stuff.
me. It's just going to be just me.
And I love watching Judge Middleton in action. He's all business and doesn't mess around. He broke down precisely why the defendant was wrong, explained his frustration with sovereign citizens like this guy, and made it crystal clear what kind of trouble the defendant is really facing.
I'm going to set for a jury trial. Mimsy were the Borough Groves. That's what this amounts to. 'Twas brilling on his slitty ties. It's a bunch of nonsense. And so, Mr. Borough, I will see you on August 16th at 8:30.
Your Honor, just to clarify a few things in anticipation of that. As far as service, Mr. Jensen, will you accept service at the email that you have on this non-statutory abatement?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so just wanted clarification that I'm going to send a witness list to him, make sure that he has the supplemental report from.
Yeah, there is one thing that it does have some merit in here. He asked for discovery. So yes, your request for discovery is honored, and the prosecution will provide all discovery to the defendant.
Did I just lose a brain cell? Or did Judge Middleton actually say that a sovereign citizen got something right?
Providing that to the email that's instead of on this document that was filed
And what
today.
email will I use to respond?
Yours would, the email that it comes from, which
Okay.
is PROS at
Okay.
St. Joseph County MI.org. As far as witnesses, the people would intend to call Deputy Kevin Brooks, Detective Sergeant Brian Steers, Chris Catone from the TSA, and James Herdman, Special Agent, Diplomatic Security Service from the Detroit office.
Will all that be included with the email?
Yes, I will do a written witness list. So
What's
you
that
can-
officer's name?
The last one, James Herdman, Herdman. And then potentially this Cheryl Pulaski.
The owner of the car?
Yes. I don't believe there might have been another backup officer. Let me double check. I don't know if we'll need him, but
Even though you have these mistaken beliefs, what's your objection to having an attorney to help you with this?
I do not choose to have anyone, any bar or associates representing me.
All right. If it is not charged as a felony, in the meantime, you're to be here August 16th at 8:30.
Okay.
And do you have any witnesses that you wish to call?
Potentially the owner of the car. I'm not sure at this point, but that would be one potential minimum.
Really? So you want to drag in the person who knowingly lets you drive their car even though you don't have a valid license? Just a heads up, that's a misdemeanor under McLittle 257.904. Maybe do them a favor and stick to wrecking your own life instead.
Other
Just a minute.
witnesses, would they be available?
One precaution, the owner of the car might have a Fifth Amendment right not to testify.
Mhm.
If they're allowing you to drive the car without an operator's license, that could be a misdemeanor in and of itself. So that's something to consider. But we'll address it further. We'll see what Mr. Marvin and Ms. Davis elect to do with this.
For further witnesses, would Zoom be available?
No, they be here live and in person.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? All right, you're free to go.
thank you, Your Honor.
So it looks like the next court date for this gov nonsense is set for August 16th. But before we wrap things up, Judge Middleton decided to leave us with a little bit of positivity to brighten the day.
they choose to call themselves by different titles. Henceforth, I'm going to refer to this type of defendant as a Laurel Grove. Makes me happy.
Makes me happy too, and if it makes you happy, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're a sovereign citizen, feel free to smash that dislike. Either way, drop a comment below and make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you never miss a video. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.